If I had known what the next 6 years of my life was going to be like, I would have eaten more. I wouldn't have complained about brushing my teeth or taking a bath or going to bed at 8 o'clock every night. I would have played more, laughed more. I would have hugged my parents and told them I loved them. But I was only 10 years old, and I had no idea the nightmare that was going to come. None of us did. This was a quote from a man named Aidan Graz, who was a young Jewish man living in Germany during World War II.
Stories of sacrifice, courage, and heroism like Alan's must be shared. We cannot forget the elders that have done stuff for us, so we can enjoy the freedoms we do today, lest we forget.
Because we must never forget. We have authorized an assembly to honor the men and women who have fought to protect our freedom. During our assembly today, Forest students will share stories, poems, history, and songs. These songs are personal because they are stories of our own families.
We will begin our service by showing respect for those who fought for our freedom and peace by joining together to sing O Canada. Please rise.
We are pleased to hear a poem from Elsa entitled Little Poppy. Elsa will be followed by Madame Moreau's class singing Just One Candle.
Okay. My name is Elsa and I am in grade 2. Little poppy given to me, help me keep Canada safe and free. I wear a little poppy as red can be, to show that I remember those who thought for me. Just one candle shining in a window pane gives a light for all to see, a shining flame shining through the darkness. It helps to show the way. Light your candle for peace today. Shine your light for peace. Shine it all around the world. Sing to everyone. Let your voice be heard. Shine your light for peace. Shine it everywhere. Show the people in the world you care. Yes, just one candle shining in a window pane gives a light for all to see, a shining flame shining through the darkness. It helps to show the way. Light your candle for peace today. Shine your light for peace. Shine it all around the world. Sing to everyone. Let your voice be heard. Shine your light for peace. Shine it everywhere. Show the people in the world you care. Show the people in the world you care.
We are now pleased to hear from our grade 6 historian, Noah Daigle, who will share a short history of World War I and World War II. Following Noah, we will ask that you stand to observe 2 minutes of silence.
Hi, I'm Noah Daigle, and I'm just here to do a quick timeline of World War I and II. World War I officially began in 1914 when the Austrian Archduke, heir to the Habsburg throne, was assassinated while driving in modern-day Bosnia. His assassin was Gavrilo Princip, a Serbian nationalist who wanted Bosnia to be a part of Serbia. Then Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia, leading to a chain of events which sparked World War I. The German Empire backed Austria-Hungary, and Russia backed Serbia. Thus Russia declared war on Austria-Hungary, which brought Germany to war with Russia. Russia had a treaty with France, so France joined the war. Germany had a plan to defeat France, which was called the Schlieffen Plan. So Germany passed through Belgium, which was protected by the UK. The UK and her colonies when the UK brought her colonies into the war, which is what made Canada join the war. In 1914, on the Western Front, both sides began digging trenches, and soldiers lived in them, slept in them, and died in them. The war lasted on the Eastern Front until 1917, when the Russian Revolution occurred and communism came to Russia. The White Army resisted until 1922. On the West, the final straw for Germany was America joining the war. In 1918, November 11th, an armistice was signed, and thus that is how Remembrance Day came to be. After the war, Germany became divided between political ideologies. The post-war economy was dropping, and the stock market in America crashed. All of these led to fascism rising in Italy, led by Benito Mussolini. Then, in Germany in 1933, Adolf Hitler was made Chancellor of Germany 2 months later. The elderly Hindenburg died. Thus Hitler became president of Germany. The Nazi Party began rebuilding Germany's military and fixing the economy. Germany now boasted the most technologically advanced military. In 1937, Germany annexed Austria. In 1938, they also annexed Czechoslovakia. All of these times, Britain and France did nothing. They thought that there would be no war if they just gave Hitler what he wanted. They were wrong. In 1939, Germany attacked Poland over Danzig. This was enough. The Allies demanded Germany remove troops from Poland. They received no answer, and they declared war. The Soviets also attacked Poland. The British and the French thought that would just be a repeat of the First World War. They were wrong yet again. Germany had lots of tanks and invented Blitzkrieg, or lightning war. The French trenches were quickly overrun. In 1940, Belgium, France, Denmark, Norway, the Netherlands, Luxembourg were all under German occupation. Thus, Britain remained the only bastion of democracy in Europe. But in 1941, the Germans looked east and attacked the Soviets. The Soviets fought with relentless fury, but they were not able to hold the Germans until winter. Hitler had not packed his troops with winter clothing, and a lot freeze to death. The Soviets became the attacking dog now. They also found a dark secret. The Nazis rounded up Jewish people and sent them to death camps, which I'll let you figure out the details from its name. But in 1945, the Allied powers finally won and the Nazis were gone. This led to the Cold War, which was just a bunch of tension and quote-unquote proxy wars and threatening to bomb one another. Wars still go on today, but not as big as World War I or II. Or not even the Cold War, but we still need to remember the soldiers who died, but hope that another war won't happen again. And if another does occur, that will happen. We will respect those soldiers too.
Although war have been fought in other countries far from us, the effect of war has touched many Canadians. In our school alone, we have many family members who have fought and served, and some have given the ultimate sacrifice, their lives.
We invite you to now listen to Jacob and Nolan McLeod share a story. Following Jacob and Nolan, Brett Commune will share a story about his grandfather. My great-grandfather's name was Arnold Froehlich. When he was 23, he was in the Navy in World War II. They were shooting tubes at the enemy ships when there was an explosion. A piece of a bomb blew off his arm. He lay on the boat deck for 4 hours until they got back in the port. The doctor in the newspaper article said he was a very courageous to survive that.
This is Grampy Jerry. He was in the army during the Korean War. My Grampy didn't have to go to Korea to fight in the war. That is good because he had small children. He worked on the base in Gagetown, New Brunswick. Even though I never met him, my mom told him he was a proud Canadian and proud to have been in the army.
Thank you, Jacob, Nolan, and Breck. We are now pleased to hear a song by Madame Trail's class, Highway of Heroes.
Keep coming, add one more name, Ontario. Carry me home to the highway of heroes, people above, where the flags fly low. Carry me softly to the highway of heroes, true patriot love, there's never more. Serve with distinction, no visions of glory. Serve without question or personal gain. Seek no justification, it's not part of my story. And it offers no comfort to the ones who remain. Carry me home to the highway of heroes, people above, with the flags flying low. Carry me softly on the highway of heroes, true patriot love, there was never more. Vocation, I was called by my nation, without hesitation, my answer I gave. Now I'm not wondering the things that might happen. I'm no consolation to the forgotten grave. So carry me home to the highway of heroes, people above, with the flags flying low. Carry me softly down the highway of heroes, true patriot love, there's never more. Carry me home to the highway of heroes, people I love, with their heads held low. Carry me softly down the highway of heroes, true patriot love, there's never more. There's never more. There's never more. There's never more.
Thank you, Madame Trail's class. Please enjoy the following poems by Reese, Annika, Mary, and Elsa.
Hi, my name is Reese, and this is a poem about Remembrance Day. Remember the brave men and women. Every November 11th, many never came home. Every one of them fought for our country. Make sure you wear a puppet over your heart because of the people who sacrificed their lives for us, even though they knew it would be dangerous. Remembrance Day will make sure we never forget.
I do not remember. I do not remember. I've heard stories about soldiers who have gone to war and died, or who have come back home from wars, sad, hurt, or disabled. I still hear stories about soldiers today who who are sent away to help keep peace. I've heard stories, I've read stories, I have watched movies. I know they risked their lives to keep us and our country safe. I can play outside without bombs falling from the sky. I don't have to look at soldiers standing around with guns in their hands waiting for something bad to happen. I don't have to be miserable thinking and worrying about my mom, my dad, or my grandparents dying in a war. Most of all, I can go to sleep at night knowing that me and my family are safe. I can wake up to a happy and free life because of these soldiers. I'm thankful for these brave men and women who have made this life possible for me. I do not remember, but I will never forget.
Hi everyone, my name is Mary and I'm in grade 2. We're gonna read a story about Puppy Puppy. Let's start. Puppy Puppy, what do you say? Wear me on Remembrance Day. Puppy Puppy, what do you tell? Many soldiers in battle fell. Puppy Puppy, what should we know? That peace on earth should grow, grow, grow.
We are never too young to honor the people in our lives who have sacrificed for us. We are pleased to now hear from Lucas Protor and Kennedy Barton.
This is my great-grandpa, Lawrence
Carlson.
He was born in 1918 and joined the Air Force in 1943. He worked on airplanes during World War II, like this one. Grampy sat on the open door of the airplane and watched for polar bears in Alaska. He was hurt after the airplane crashed and stayed in the hospital about for a month. He really enjoyed getting letters from his family and friends. He left the Air Force in 1945 when the war ended. He was a very proud veteran until he died in 1989.
I was 19 years old when he joined the Navy. From 1952 until 1956.
100 years have passed since 1914, but we still remember that war. We stop, we think, we take time out of our lives and bring to mind those people who fought and suffered and died in that terrible war 100 years ago. Thank you for remembering along with us.
We will now leave you with some images of remembrance.